British Airways is bringing more A380s back into the sky. Russian Airlines returned aircrafts to the lessor. And we have a deal for you from the United States to the Near East. My name is Lars and I'm here to bring you more miles, more points, more status. Do not forget to subscribe that you get your daily dose of more points, more status and more miles, more points, more status, whatever. Anyways, don't forget to hit the notification button, which is a bell. Comment down below the show notes, and most likely, when you like the show, hit the like. Thank you for doing so. The first topic. Before we start with the first topic, I forgot nearly. If you are in Europe, if you are in Germany, visiting on the 11th, 12th or 13th, come to our round table on the 11th in Munich, 6 p.m. in the Augustiner Keller, on the 12th in Berlin in the Grand Hyatt in the Vox Bar, and on the 13th in Hamburg in the Park Hyatt in the Apples Bar. You are most welcome. The first topic, British Airways is returning more of its 380s into the skies. The 12 aircrafts which are going into the sky have been in deep storage, and British Airways is returning them now into service. Other airlines like Lufthansa said 380 is for us history, it's not coming back. But British Airways says it's an essential part of their fleet. They are even thinking about retrofitting the aircraft. Retrofitting first class, business class is a big and huge step. They even asked the cabin crew. Maybe they should have asked us as passengers what we think, what we need. And I hope that the cabin crew could deliver the messages from the passengers which new things are needed. In my opinion, I hope that the seats from the 350s from the business class are having their debut in the 380s. I will be surprised and positively surprised if they do so. But let me know what you think British Airways is lacking and missing down in the comments section. Destinations which they were flying was for crew purposes, Frankfurt, for example, but it was unfortunately a cargo flight, so we couldn't book it as passengers. I myself saw it from the Frankfurt round table, taking off back to London. Unfortunately as well, you couldn't see the aircraft from the terminal very well because it was over the two center runways in the cargo area. So from the Lufthansa terminal, not very well visible. Yeah, other airlines, I told it already, are offloading. Air France is offloading their 380s. And interesting is as well to mention the destinations that they are going to offer. They are returning the services with the 380 to Vancouver and Chicago. Other destinations will be Dallas-Fort Worth on July 1st or a little bit later. What destinations of the 380 are you looking forward? I'm personally looking forward for Los Angeles. When we are going for the In-N-Out burger and we have the wonderful view of the landing aircraft, the Lufthansa 747-8, then the wonderful 380 from Emirates, and maybe the British Airways 380 will come in a line that you have during 1.5 hour time window, this wonderful aircraft's landing while you enjoy your burgers. Comment. Russia today announced that they will allow their manufacturers to fake parts, aircraft parts, and that they can rebuild them, copy them, Chinese style. I don't know if this is a prejudice, but I think that it's not safe at all. In my opinion, they should not allow it, but what should they do to keep the aircraft flying? Because they are missing parts. Boeing and Airbus are not selling them parts and not delivering parts. And everybody who is sending parts to Russia, they will be not getting these parts either anymore. So that is kind of a last resort for them to do. In my opinion, it is not safe to do so. The other thing they did is the registrations were changed from the Bahamas or wherever they were registered to the Russian register to operate. Because if they would have been still registered in Western countries or Western focused countries, they wouldn't have been able to fly because the certificates would have expired. And in that case, aircraft cannot fly, legally at least. Aircrafts were returned to Lessors, but not a lot, 31, still 400 are flying in Russia. And with the trick, yesterday in Colombo was one aircraft seized back by the lessor. There's still a possibility that it has to return to Russia, as Sri Lanka was not part of this show that they are seizing or allowing to seize aircrafts or other things. And we will see. There will be, in 5 days, I think, the trial, which will finally decide if that was okay or not. But it's hassle for the Russians. Some aircrafts were returned even with the paperwork. Like I said, without paperwork, the aircrafts have no value. They are not legally flying anymore. But that are aircrafts which were older, and they were in the last stint with the aircraft lessors to give away to airlines. 5 airlines returned them. Why did they return the old aircraft? Number one is they maybe didn't need it. Number two is that they wanted to have a good standing when the market is opening up again, that the Iron Curtain is gone and the leasing companies are giving them aircrafts. That would be my suggestion as well. That is kind of a goodwill. Like Aeroflot did buy some aircrafts, which was circumventing the embargoes which are in place. It's legally no problem to buy aircrafts out of a leasing because the lessors shouldn't make losses. That is one way to avoid it. What is your opinion on it? Do you know which airlines are involved? There are rumors that it's Azofly, Air, iFly, Pegasfly, and Royal Flight. That were airlines which returned the aircraft with the papers. Yeah, that is something. When I have to think about it, I have to take a deep breath. And airports are suffering from a massive struggle because of not having enough people who are working in the aircraft sector or in the airport sector who are unloading the aircrafts or loading the aircrafts, or check-in personnel is still missing, security personnel is missing. And in Germany, the union of the airports, the union of the airlines and other unions said, maybe we should take a kind of a guest workers. In German, the word would be Gastarbeiter. We had this after the Second World War from Italy, from Turkey, successfully, that these people were working in Germany for a period of time. This we should do now as well. 2,000 people they are thinking about to let into Germany to work in the airports. Why do they do it? They have a very good German language skill, as a lot of them are born and raised in Germany. They have an A2 level, and they have paperwork that they are allowed to work with dangerous goods, which is important as well to get the certification from IATA. That is a win-win situation. But in my opinion, it is not so. Maybe they should just increase the salaries, because then you get maybe more people who are interested to do the job. So it's two-sided. But if this is giving a kind of a relief fast and easily, that is something which I would support. Are you supporting the guest worker solution, or do you think there should be other solutions from airports like Dublin, like Stockholm, but Germans as well, Frankfurt, Berlin, and you name it? So comment what your opinion is on that. This month, June, was already a busy month for airlines to bring new routes to the people. Yes, 4 first flights happened this 1st of June from Europe to the Americas. Azor Airlines from Ponta Delgada did fly from the airport to New York to JFK. Then Finnair had the inauguration flight for Helsinki to Seattle again. Iberia is flying Madrid, Dallas, and as a Lufthansa aficionado, Lufthansa had the first flight again in a long time from Frankfurt to St. Louis. A 5th flight is ITA from Rome to Los Angeles, as it was anyways an Alitalia flight. So that is 4.5 flights which started first time. But let us be nice. What should I say to it? I say it's good that they're flying again, that we have more routes, more possibilities, and more destinations. Is there a destination that you would like to fly from the US to Europe, or from Europe to the US? Some people said Stuttgart to New York should be done again. I don't know if you remember, that was done with the 757. which sometimes had to land for refueling as the headwinds were too strong. So I don't know if that was a good solution. But with the 321 XLR and LR, we have a lot of new destinations which are possible. SAS is flying a lot with those, and they mentioned that they are increasing the transatlantic flights with the 321 fleet, and even maybe a flight from Stavanger goes back to New York like it used to be in the good old times of aviation. But comment, don't forget it. Deal Zone, the last topic for today's show. On the Saturday, a little bit shorter than normal, is the flight from Chicago to Cairo. You can fly via Frankfurt, Zurich, Austrian Airlines you can use as well. So it's Austria. It's on the flight, on the tickets of Lufthansa, of Austrian, of Swiss, and of course of United. But be careful if you want to collect miles with Lufthansa Group. Then you should fly on Lufthansa Group to get the senator status. If you are more in the United world, get this there, because you don't get on United flights the executive bonus. Oh no, you get the executive bonus. Shame on me. On United you get this exception. And that is said, we have to look on the points. If you take a destination, the flight, for example, from New York JFK to Frankfurt to Cairo, this will be in points, 12,274 points with Lufthansa without the executive bonus. If you are collecting with Scandinavian Airlines Euro bonus, it's the same amount, 12,274. Only Air China gives you 19,752. Singapore Airlines gives you 15,342. I got all the information from Where to Credit. That is the website where you should check the miles you get and where to credit them. That is a good name for it, Where You Credit. Thank you for watching today's show Takeoff with the special edition on Saturday. What was special on it? Write it down in the comments section. Thank you for being part of it. Thank you for liking us. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hitting the notification or bell button. And thank you for your comments. See you tomorrow for the next show from Frequent Traveler TV